The American Constitution says that human beings are, they have the right to pursue life. They should go for life, liberty, and anyone know? Life, liberty, and if you don't know, I'll tell you, pursuit of happiness. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So what is the pursuit in their mind? Happiness. Do what makes you happy. Okay. That's a lie. Because you'll never be happy. Because everything you think makes you happy doesn't make you happy. You thought the iPhone 6 would make you happy, look at how depressed you are. You thought finishing Assassin's Creed in 2 days will make you happy, you still have a headache. You think things will make you happy, but as soon as you get them, you say, maybe the next thing will make me happy. And then you get to the next thing, and then that doesn't make you happy. So what I'm saying is the pursuit of happiness is the lowest goal. It's not the highest goal, it's the lowest goal. And it's very easy to accomplish. If there's a student who has a class at 7 in the morning, and he stays in bed and says, I don't feel like going. I'm happy where I am. He just successfully accomplished happiness. Even if temporarily, he said, oh, I fulfilled the American dream, the pursuit of happiness. Happiness is what? The lowest goal. Let's take one step above that. Because happiness is not worth it. Not worth it. Not in this life. Happiness will come, but not if you pursue it. Everybody who runs after happiness is depressed. I wish I could be happy. That's all they'll do their whole life. You know? Step 2, the pursuit of cool. I don't want to be happy, I want to be cool. I want to dress cool, I want to look cool, I want to talk cool. Because if I'm cool, people will like me. Because if I'm not cool, they don't want to hang out with me. They sit over there, I have to sit over here, but if I was cool, I could be with them. The pursuit of cool means you are trying your best to fit in with other people. Some people, their whole life is the pursuit of what? Cool. Just the pursuit of cool. If I can just get those people to like me. And for doing that, they will change the way they dress, they'll change the way they talk, they'll even watch movies that they don't want to watch because they want to fit in with that crowd. You know, they'll use language that they would never normally use just to fit in. And it's a pretty sad way to live because now you're not living for yourself. You're living for somebody else's standards. And some people, this is not just a teenage problem or a college student problem, even adults. Adults, pursuit of cool. They have a different cool. All their friends bought a house. I'm the only one living in an apartment. I should take a loan and I should also buy a house so I can be with them. So I can say I have a house too, even if taking a loan is going to ruin my life. Because I have to fit. So there's the pursuit of happiness, and then what's there? The pursuit of cool. Then there's another step. One step above that. By the way, if you want to pursue cool, it takes a little more work than happiness. Happiness, you stay sleeping, you're happy. And then the pursuit of cool, you have to make some effort. Now the step above that, for a lot of people, is actually the pursuit of popularity. I don't just want to be cool, I want to be the coolest. When I drive into campus, everybody looks at my car. Wow. I'll tell you a funny story. One time there was an Islamic lecture. I mean, I don't give very Islamic lectures, as you can tell, but still, I was giving a lecture, and what happened was this one guy walked into the hall. And this guy was the coolest. It's a nighttime lecture, he has sunglasses on. When a guy has sunglasses on at nighttime, he's trying to be the coolest. He had like a couple of buttons undone from the shirt, and he walked in real slow. And he was hoping people would notice, but nobody noticed. So he walked out slowly, and he walked back in again. That would be the pursuit of what? The coolest. Popularity, fame. The next pursuit is prestige. In other words, you don't have much to offer, but you like to put your name next to something that everybody likes. You know, you're talking to someone and they'll tell you, like one time, I was talking to someone and they say, yeah, and they in the middle of conversation, they pulled out their ID tag and they flipped it over because they work at Google. And they really wanted me to know, because you know when people do that, especially right before they start salah, like, wait. Because they want people to come, oh, you work at Google? Yes, how did you know? You know, you want to be associated with things that have prestige. You want to be associated with brands that have prestige, universities that have prestige. I forgot the list, it's too long. Cool? No, that's not. Happiness? Cool? Coolest? Prestige. Money. The next pursuit is what? Man, there are some people, they don't care about happiness. They don't care if they look cool or the coolest. They don't care about prestige. They're wearing a dirty t-shirt and jeans. They're sitting in their basement hacking away at their computer because they're developing the next big app that they're going to sell and go public. Company's going to go public. The guy hasn't brushed his teeth in 5 days. The guy hasn't, you know, he's eating like potato chips and whatever to survive. All he cares about is he's going to sell this thing and he's going to make a lot of what? Money. And those people are super focused. Money people are very focused people. They're very focused people. Allah even describes them as الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. He gathers the money and he keeps counting it. There are some people who Allah made to make a lot of money. They're really good at it. And you'll never be able to tell. Or they'll drive the oldest Proton that can be found on the earth. And they own like an oil and gas company and they have, you know, 300, 400 million to their name, but you won't know. You will not know. They're wearing a ripped t-shirt, and I met people like that all over the world. Because they're focused. Their focus is what? Money. Money, business. That's what they're going to do. And that's all they ever think about. Then the pursuit of number one. Let me tell you what that means, the pursuit of number one. I don't just want to be the engineering student. I want to be the best student this university ever had. I want to be the valedictorian. I want to get 100 on every test. I'm not happy that I got a 99. Everybody else in class, when they get a 75, they're like, yes, I passed. When I get a 99, I say, why did I get a 99? I needed to get 100. Why did I get this wrong? And I will go and argue with my professor about that one point, and the professor will look at me like, you're so smart. Why are you so stupid? Why are you obsessing over one point? Why are you arguing about me over this? Nobody even came close. No. That's not good enough for me because I need to be what? Number one. There are people in this life who, whether they go into studies or they go into sports or they go into, you know, business or they go into whatever they go into, they cannot ever be happy until they are what? Number one. And they don't even compare themselves to anybody else. They don't. They stop comparing themselves. But the pursuit of number one, now we're getting somewhere. These are people that end up changing the way the world looks. You know, because they push and they push and they push. The Islamic concept of ihsan. This is the Islamic concept of al-ihsan. But this is not enough. Even the pursuit of number one is not enough for some people. There's a level even above that.
You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
Because even if you're number one, how long are you going to live? However long Allah decides, and then you're going to die, and then somebody else will be number one, isn't it? You need to do something that lives longer than you. There are people in the world who don't care about money, who even being number one is secondary to them. Even that is not a primary objective. Their primary objective is leaving a legacy, impact. They are not pursuing something for themselves. They live their life in pursuit of impact. So after number one, there is impact. Now, please understand, it doesn't mean that they make impact. It only means that they pursue impact. They don't have to make impact, they have to pursue impact. For example, somebody says, I want to fight hunger in the world. I want to make sure nobody in this city, no child in this city is hungry. That's a big goal. It's bigger than myself. It's a much bigger goal than myself. And maybe I'll never achieve it. But I will keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And I'll do something that is far beyond myself. And guess what's going to happen if you're sincere in this? If you're sincere in leaving impact, then Allah empowers you. And Allah gives barakah in your work. And you'll see the impact far beyond what you could have imagined. And sometimes it happens in your own lifetime, but you don't care. Even if it doesn't happen in your own lifetime, that wasn't your problem. If it happens 100 years after you're gone, you're still happy. Because you didn't want to see the results. You just wanted to work towards them. And that was enough for you. You did not get depressed when you didn't see the results. As a matter of fact, you were only more motivated that there's more work to do. I haven't done enough yet. So you're not even pushing. The difference between number one and impact, the guy who's pushing himself to be number one is only concerned about who? Himself. The person who's pushing themselves for impact, they become number one anyway because their concern is much bigger than themselves. They're thinking about something much, much bigger than themselves. So they keep pushing and they keep pushing and they keep pushing. And this is not just limited to Muslims. People like Nelson Mandela is an example of pursuit of impact. He spends a good time in his life sitting in a jail cell, but he leaves a remarkable impact on the world, on the way the world thinks, And and by the way, this idea, beyond ihsan for yourself, after that, this idea of impact is actually very, very fundamental to Islam. The idea of sadaqah jariyah, the idea of leaving something good that is far beyond yourself. The idea of planting a seed in the ground. When a Muslim plants a seed in the ground, they're not waiting for the tree. They're making dua that one day when this tree grows, somebody will sit in its shade, much after I'm gone, and I will get the reward. And somebody else will eat from its fruit, and I'll get the reward. And somebody else will take one of those fruits, take one of those seeds, plant it somewhere else, grow a tree, the process will start over, and I will get the reward. فِي كُلِّ سُنبُلَةٍ مِئَةُ سَبْعَةٍ. This is what the mind of the Muslim has to become. So now, you students, your mind, I would argue, if you can push yourselves to think, where will I make what? Impact. Where will I make impact? What has Allah given me that can make impact? And then there's the last one. You would think I was done with impact. There's one last one. There's one last one. And it's hard to understand. But if you are working towards impact, then you'll be challenged. And then you'll meet your final challenge. And that is the pursuit of truth. The pursuit of what? Truth. So what happens, for example, I'll give you a practical example. I don't want to talk to you in theory. There was an older fellow I know, I consider him a mentor. So he used to work as an executive in a corporation. He was in the marketing department, pretty high caliber executive. And he was number one. And he made good money. He made good money and he was number one. But he was unhappy. Now why was he unhappy? Because he felt that his goals are too low. Being number one came easy for him. Making a lot of money came easy for him. That automatically came with a lot of prestige. Family's happy. Everybody thinks he's the coolest because he's the boss in the office. All the steps before he already has. But he felt like his life is passing by and he's not leaving any what? He's not leaving any impact. So he left his job. The family liked it or didn't like it? The family went crazy. What are you doing? How are we going to make money? If I don't have money, I won't be cool anymore. People are going to think we lost all of our prestige. You understand what I'm saying? The previous steps start falling apart because he doesn't care about any of those. Now what does he care about? Impact. So what does he decide to do? He decides to start concerning himself with educating children in villages. And he doesn't just want to teach them tahfidh of Quran or Islam. He wants to make them successful citizens in society. So he decides to create programs where these children learn character, giving, they learn English, they learn Arabic, they learn Urdu, they go on to do their bachelor's degrees, and they on to go to master's degrees, they go on to do the PhDs. And then when he especially focused a lot on orphans.